Are you still losing chess games because you're missing tactics? You missed that fork. You never saw it. You missed that skewer. You never saw it. You don't even know what a skewer is or a fork is. You think I'm talking about food. This video is definitely for you. I'm going to show you my method that I use on Lichess to get my puzzle ratings to a 2700, to a 2800 on other accounts. This is what I'm going to show you today, how to do it step by step and how to really use the Lichess tool that is powerful and free. Now on Lichess, I want you to toggle over the puzzle icon. Now on the puzzle icon, we are going to go first, actually puzzle dashboard. We want to look at the puzzle dashboard. Now this is a new account, guys, so it's not like some crazy stats or anything. Now when you go on the puzzle dashboard, you're gonna see your stats and what you've done, the puzzles that you've solved. If you go like over the last 7 days, you'll see that I've been doing like 2,575 puzzle ratings in terms of puzzle difficulties and stuff, and you'll see the different areas that you're good in. Now if you're new on Lichess, you're not gonna see anything right here, and it's something that you're gonna come back to sometimes just to check your analytics and your data if you're that type of person. So the next thing we want to do, we want to go on puzzle themes. This is the main thing that we're going to be using to do our training. Now on puzzle themes, there are a bunch of stuff, but they're broken down into different categories. We have phases by opening, but the most important thing we want to look at is motifs. Motifs is what we're going to be looking at, especially if you're a beginner or intermediate player. This is what you need to be on. If you're an advanced player, you still can use this training method and start with motifs, because there are things that, over time your mind like lets go of certain ideas, so it's good to like refresh them. Now in motifs, if you're a beginner, I want to tell you this: you want to focus on doing forks, pins, skewers, and maybe a special capture the defender. And the last thing I would say is to scroll down and go to the mates section and focus on doing mating ones. Yeah, focus on doing mating ones. Not even mate in twos yet. If you're intermediate, okay, mate in twos and checkmates. Now, let me demonstrate how you can use this method to train. Now, this is the method. Go on forks. Let's say we go on forks. Now, right now, what you want to do is to look at the bottom left right here. You're going to see that it has a difficulty level, and what you want to do is change that difficulty level to the easiest. Doesn't matter if you're strong or you've been doing puzzles for a while. This training method is about, like, if you ever played a game where you have to beat all the levels to reach to the boss level, it's type of that training method. Now the key thing about it is, when you are doing these puzzles, after a while, there's only so much patterns in chess. And after a while, your mind will just start seeing all the answers, because you'll be, oh, I saw that pattern already. Okay, I saw that pattern already. So right now I look at this puzzle and instantly I see a pattern. I see that if I check right here, his king will go here, and then I'll get to fork right here and I'll win the queen. So let's do it. Fork. And I won the queen. Now, if you're beginning chess, you might take a while to solve that puzzle and you might get it wrong. But if you get it wrong, you're going to view the solution, take your time and look at it, and then move on to the next puzzle. What's going to happen? After a while, you're going to start recognizing all these patterns. In chess, many people think that chess is hard because, you get things wrong, but failing is actually the main way to improve. If you get things wrong, then you learn why it's wrong. The next time you do it, you're going to get it right. Even if you get it wrong the next time, there's coming a time very soon, if you use this method, that you're just going to start seeing and getting things right. At the bottom of the screen, you will see that there is a little 1 right here. Every time you do puzzles, it's going to give you a puzzle rating that goes up and up and up. Or if you do something wrong, it's going to go down, down, down. So you're going to see a red arrow. I'm not going to put a red arrow on the screen, right? Because it's a new account. I'm trying to build it up when I do, stream and stuff like that. So here we go. After you do your puzzle, what you want to do, you want to get 5 puzzles in a row correct. You want to get 5 puzzles in a row correct. That is the lowest tier of this method, getting 5 puzzles in a row correct. If you get one wrong, you need to start back over from one. Now, if you want to mix up the method and maybe just do 5 puzzles for the day because you know you don't have much time or something, okay. But what you want to do is get 5 puzzles in a row. Now, let's say I got 5 puzzles in a row. The next thing I want to do, I want to switch to the next mode. And slowly, just like those old games, you want to build up, build up, build up until you reach to the hardest level. Now, when do you switch? If you are a beginner or intermediate, what I would tell you, you can stop at normal, or if you can get 5 in a row normal correct, I would tell you to switch motifs after that and try to do the other important motifs, the forks, the pins, the skewers, the capturing the defenders, and the mating ones. Those are important ideas to know, and just knowing those ideas and getting good at them will actually help you to win way more games than you can even imagine. So let's say we go to the easiest one. We did this puzzle, we got it correct. What are we gonna do? We're gonna move on. Now let's say we go back here. You can do the same thing with the mating ones. You come to mating one. Oh, where's the mating one? Here it is. Why do mating ones? If you're a beginner, you need to be able to see that, oh, the king is actually cut off and I can give checkmate. Many times you can end the game in one move. And why bother play a game 10 moves, 20 moves when you can end it in just one move? So doing your checkmates in one is going to help you to see a lot of patterns. It's going to help you to see when a king is vulnerable, and it's actually something that's going to actually help you in future games when you're trying to set up tactics. These are more advanced things to do. Now, last thing, there's a last section that I want to show you. So we're going to go back on Puzzle Dashboard, because you're only going to be able to access this through Puzzle Dashboard, and it is called Puzzle History. One second, what's this? Puzzle Strengths. Yeah, it show on Puzzle Strengths, it shows the different areas that you've been doing good on so far, and you know, it's showing the overall middle game and hanging pieces. So just to show you, when we go on Puzzle History, that's what we actually wanted to go on. I've been doing hanging pieces. If you see the YouTube channel, I've been covering doing hanging pieces for the easiest, the easier, the normal, the hard, and the hardest, right? And I did all of them. So what you want to go on Puzzle History for is there's gonna be a day where you get puzzles wrong, right? I think this was the day. There was a day I got a lot of puzzles wrong. This was it. Now, this day I got the flu and training was not going good. Wrong to correct, then wrong, wrong, wrong. And then I just checked out, took some medicine, went to sleep. I came back and I was able to do the puzzles correct. I did 5 in a row of the hardest puzzles. Very difficult. It took me almost 45 minutes to an hour to get everything correct. So it was a real hard training day. So just to show you that it's not cap, it's actually something that I actually sit down and do, and it's actually the main way that I've improved my tactics. When I started chess, I came on Lichess. A master told me about Lichess, and he told me the only way he'd want me to be a part of a group that he had where there were other master chess players is that I had to reach a certain ratings on Lichess, and I was a complete beginner at chess, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. I sat down with Lichess, I grind my way through, and after a while I built a little method of improving, and that's the method I actually used to know where I can reach 2007 on any Lichess account, whether it's new or not. I can play 2000, 2200, 2300 rated players, be able to win my games, and keep my ratings going up and up and up and up. So this is a key way to improve your tactical vision, and that tactical vision is going to lead to major improvements in your ratings and make you get better at the game if that's what you really want. to improve. I hope this method helps. If you like the video, you can like the video and subscribe, because there's more content like this and other type of content, because sometimes I do go crazy and do many different type of things. And if you have any recommendations of something that you'd like to see, you can let me know and I'll do a video on it. So peace out. Island Roshi.